This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So yeah, anyone like yesterday's summary, what we have done, what is that you have understood? Yeah, anyone? Why is it no one is responding? Yeah, Kishore, what is that you have understood with respect to yesterday's class?
We have discussed about marketing sales service yesterday.
Okay, nice, good. What else?
Means we
Yeah,
did a CRM.
we'll give chance for someone else also. Yeah, good, Kishore. So Rajender, anything from your end?
Yesterday I was not there.
Yesterday you were not there. Nice, good. So we still have that video on YouTube, right? You can definitely refer to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going.
Yeah, Monica, anything from your end? Anything you would like to add? Nothing. You're on mute, Monica. I don't know whether you're trying to speak or I can't figure it out. Yeah, Madhulika, anything from your end? What was your takeaway yesterday's class?
Yeah, we learned about CRM. CRM is used to track the business process.
Fine, good. Yeah, good. So anyone else? Manjunath, what did you understand?
So learn about CRM, customer relationship management, marketing, sales, service, and Gartner is given the number one for Salesforce.
Okay. So is my screen visible?
No.
Okay. So I'm only audible, not visible. Good. Nice. Lucky people. Now is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So yesterday was a little bit more black and white, right? Today we added some colors to it. Right. So now it's all Eastman color movies. Yesterday it was all black and white movies. Good. So a very quick recap of what we have done. I don't want to waste much time on it because the explanation was actually more than what was actually required, but I don't say it wasn't required. But for you to first understand the entire segment is important. Fine. So these every statement which I've conveyed has got something or the other to do with your job. So remember that. So it will certainly connect at some point of view where you can fetch a job on basis of the content that which I'm delivering. So each day, every session would be important. Fine. Every topic that which we discuss has got something or the other to do with your job or with your career or with some implementation, some project, some work somewhere or the other. Fine. So we discussed about various industries. Fine. Multiple industries we have discussed. Then we have spoken about some departments which are specified in each of these industries, right? So we discussed all these. Then out of all these departments, we have segmented 3 departments, right? Which was like marketing, sales, and service. And these 3 put together actually forms our CRM. Fine. And we also tried to understand CRM exists by itself. With software or without software, CRM does exist by itself. Fine. But to make it work more efficiently, we have a software. Like I've mentioned yesterday, banking exists, hospitals exist, transportation exists, payments exist. All these exist manually even without softwares. Same way CRM, the principles, the existence is still there even without a software, but you have a software for better implementation and better efficiency, better usage, and getting a much bigger leverage of what is actually available. Then we discuss some of the CRM vendors. Fine. Then we have seen the Gartner, and then finally, we came to a conclusion like the world's leading CRM vendor is Salesforce. Fine. So in a nutshell, what you can see on the screen, I don't know. I mean, it's a big slide, tiny. The font is a bit small. Hope it is a bit visible, but this is what we've actually done yesterday. We discussed about cloud computing, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Then we discussed about the various vendors, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Salesforce. Then we spoke like Salesforce as a vendor, and we are using the platform which is offered by them and the SaaS which is offered by them. So the Lightning platform and CRM. Then the various industries, various departments in those industries we have discussed. Then we have discussed about the CRM segment. Then we clearly said like the CRM application which is given by Salesforce is just a skeleton system, doesn't have anything, right? It's not concrete, it is not complete by itself. Fine. So it is there, it has its own way. It's just a skeleton system because all industries, you can't have a single application which will map all the requirements. Fine. And then we discussed about a point like the Salesforce CRM is the world's #1 CRM. And we discussed a lot about the significance of the PaaS, right? Why this PaaS? With this PaaS, we can tailor whatever is needed for these industries. Without the PaaS, no vendor can give one single ready-made application, and that should fit for each and every industry and every company in that industry. So practically, that's a ruled out point. Fine. So that's what we discussed. So what is the course all about? Understanding CRM in the business world. Then what is Salesforce? What does it actually offer to us? Fine. So this was what we discussed. Now coming to today's session, like the session 2, what we are actually going to do. So recap what we have already done. Any questions with respect to what we have dealt yesterday? Does anyone have any doubts on anything which wasn't clear? So I hope all these points which you see on your screen were a bit clear. I've given a good insight about them. Fine. Then now what a CRM doesn't do. Fine. I just gave you a glimpse of this yesterday, isn't it? So we clearly said it does not do marketing. It does not do the sales. It does not give service. Then what does a CRM do? Yeah, what does a CRM do?
It
tracks the
provides
business.
futures.
I mean,
It provides
Good,
futures for doing all these marketing, selling, and services.
good, good. So that is the key, right? That's the key. Fine. CRM doesn't do marketing, sales, and service. Fine. So what it does is it implements and tracks. Fine. It implements and tracks all the marketing processes defined in the organization. It implements and tracks all the sales processes defined in the organization. It implements and tracks all the delivery and support related processes defined in the organization. So keep this in mind. The terms which we have specified here have a lot of significance down the line. When we say a marketing process, it has got, a huge world behind it. When we say a sales process, it's again a huge world behind it. And when we say delivery and support processes, there's huge content behind it. Fine. So that's where CRM comes into the picture. This is what it is going to do. Fine. The next, find a very important point. We have two types of CRMs. Fine, we do have two types of CRMs. What are these two types? B2B and B2C, business to business and business to consumer. What is this business to business? What does it mean? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, anyone? What does business B2B mean? I mean, am I audible? Why is it so one-sided? Why can't I hear people speaking up?
It's like between two businesses only, or across the businesses.
Good,
And
Sham.
business to
Can
consumer
you
is like,
give me an example for that? If possible, if you can. If you can think
okay,
of something.
I'll try.
It,
Okay.
it is like,
Manufacturer.
it is like
Anything?
an IT company ordering computers from a computer manufacturing company.
Good. So it's a B2B. Fine. Nice. So it's one business getting in touch with another business and doing the service. Fine, that's a kind of connectivity what we have. And what is B2C? Business to consumer. Any example here?
The typical, all the e-commerce, I think we can say. All the
Yeah,
e-commerce we do.
you go to a store, you buy
Any
something, that's
Yeah.
B2C, right?
All the commerce.
Yeah, you go to heritage store, you go to a more supermarket, you go to metro, you buy something there. That's it. It's a B2C. You're a consumer and that's a business, isn't it? You go to any store, you buy something. You go to an Apollo pharmacy, you buy a toothbrush there, you buy a toothpaste there. That's it. It's a B2C. Fine. A business to a consumer. Very simple. Fine. So the CRMs, what we see, fine. That is, what was the definition which we gave yesterday for CRM? What does a CRM mean actually? Does anyone remember that? What is the purpose of a CRM? Its job is to generate and retain customers. So generation and retention of generating and retaining of customers can be done in B2B mode, can be done in B2C mode. Fine. And Salesforce CRM gives us both these options. The Salesforce CRM gives us both these options of B2B and B2C. So let's discuss about this in a bit more detail now. So now you see business entities are the actual users of the CRM. Who is actually going to use the CRM? Fine. If you move back a step, you said B2B and B2C. So what is common in both the cases? What is common in both the
Business.
Yeah.
Business.
Yeah, the left side
Business.
business is
Business.
common,
Business.
isn't it? So the left side B is common in both the cases. So that left side B is the one who actually makes use of this CRM. As an individual person, I don't require a CRM. Fine, it's a business entity that requires a CRM. Like for example, now let's try to understand from B2B perspective first. Once you get a B2B idea, B2C is very simple for you to understand. Fine. Are you familiar with this company called Coca-Cola? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I know voices will automatically come up. So some people drink raw Coca-Cola, some people mix something in Coca-Cola. We are fine with it either ways. Now Coca-Cola does its business at B2B level and B2C level, isn't it? I can go to a bakery nearby or some store nearby, a restaurant nearby, and I can buy a Coca-Cola from there. So it becomes B2C for me. But from Coca-Cola's perspective, B2C, because I'm just a consumer, they sold at a certain price, I bought it, it's gone, it's done. B2B, now let's understand. When you buy something, at McD's, fine, and you order for cool drink, a soft drink, which soft drinks do you basically have there? Which soft drinks are served there at McD? Fine, you have all the products of Coca-Cola there, right? So now there is a relationship between McD and Coca-Cola. So McDonald's and Coca-Cola now have a B2B relationship. Fine. Second, I don't know how many are familiar with this, but I'm quite frequent to this place. Now quite not possible. Paradise is another place. Fine. So you go there and order a soft drink. Again, you find all Coca-Cola products there. So Paradise and Coca-Cola are connected with each other. So Coca-Cola is a company which is now using a CRM. It's doing its marketing, it's doing its sales, and it's giving its service. So through marketing, it has acquired a connectivity with McDonald's. It has acquired a connectivity with Paradise. Fine. And now it is sending its products to them and the service is going on. So now there is a B2B relationship between Coca-Cola and McD, Coca-Cola and Paradise. Similarly, you can take any of this as these days, right? Mostly in the ground floors, you see, a fountain machine being kept there. You have all various products of Coke there. So only those products can be sold. Nothing else can be sold. No other soft drinks apart from Coke or Coca-Cola products. Fine. So now Coca-Cola is in touch with these says. So you can have an ABC says. Says is where you have all these companies put it as in a single gated community kind of thing. What you have for apartments and residences, we have SES for our software and IT of different BPO companies, KPO companies, and all. So all these companies are in a single premise, and they maintain several things in common, and they have something in exclusive. So that's a SES. So there also Coca-Cola might give its services, and they have an agreement with them, and they serve there. Fine. So this is how you can see Coca-Cola has a B2B relationship with all these three. There is very little to do on this system when it actually comes to our CRM point. First, you need to understand the entire ecosystem which is happening. Then it is very easy for you to put it onto the machine and make it run. So putting it onto a machine is very simple, but first understanding, seeing it, interpreting it in the way we want it as a CRM is now very, very essential. So now the way we see Coca-Cola and McDonald's are not like, a restaurant or a place where you go eat and come. Now you're seeing it in a B2B combination. Fine. Same Coca-Cola and Paradise, Coca-Cola and any of these says is what we have around here. Fine. Now on the other hand, fine, let's take a second instance. You're all familiar with a company called Samsung, right? You're familiar with Samsung?
Yeah.
Yes.
Samsung manufactures televisions. Fine. Samsung manufactures televisions. Now, Samsung has to sell its televisions, isn't it? For that,
Yes.
now they do various marketing. You see so many hoardings, boards here and there. You see so many newspaper ads, you see television ads, advertisements in radios and all you see. And now Samsung starts exploring its opportunities. So you go and buy one television, find the Samsung television in a Samsung store. That's fine. Then that's a B2C, but not a B2B. You're all familiar with something called Oyo rooms. You're, you're all familiar with this Oyo rooms?
No.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a hotel model. It's called a
Please.
hotel or lodging model, what you have, where they take the control of that specific, the entire lodging facility there, and they design each and every room through a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star levels. Fine. And they give all the ambience that which is needed. And every room has a television. This way, in each locality, they have multiple properties. Fine. They have multiple properties, and through online, people look into various locations where they want to move. Like yesterday I was saying, right, I would like to go to London, I have a seminar there, so I book an apartment there for a couple of weeks. I do my seminars and again come back. So same way I have to go to Bangalore and I have to do one seminar there for 4 days. Fine. So now if I have to do that, I have to book something for me there for my accommodation. So I do it through something called Oyo rooms. So they have some properties there and they maintain certain standards. So wherever this Oyo is there, every room actually has a television. Now Samsung gets in touch with Oyo. Fine. Now wherever Oyo people have got their contracts, wherever they're doing the business across, Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, all these places, now whichever television they're going to install, now that's going to be a Samsung television. So Samsung is now in B2B mode with Oyo. So Samsung is now running a CRM through which now it is in contact with Oyo, and it has delivered some televisions for these people and it is doing it. So this is just a scenario I'm giving you. I don't say this is happening, but this is a model how it actually works. Fine. Now you have so many resorts, right? Now in a resort you have all facilities around. So there are about 100 to 200 televisions in a big resort. Fine. So now Samsung is in tie-up with this resort, and you find all Samsung televisions being there. Indian Railways, railways or take your metros, whatever it is, like every platform you have so many televisions running and facing either side, so many televisions. So now Samsung is in touch with these railways or the GHMC for the metro services, what we currently have, and all these, now Samsung is selling its products to these GHMC or the Indian Railways. Fine. So now it becomes Samsung is doing its business quite effectively. Fine. You have something called chutneys. You go there, Every floor of Chutneys, every corner you see televisions there. Fine, Chutneys is a restaurant. I don't know. Most of you all should be familiar with it, right? So now you have so many televisions around. So Samsung and Chutneys. Now wherever Chutneys is going to open a new branch, it's going to be filled with all Samsung televisions. You have this Gopichand Sports Academy in Gachibowli. So that sports academy has so many televisions inside, so many rooms and auditoriums and stadiums, everything filled inside, and everywhere you have this television. So Samsung is in touch with them. Airport, you go to airport, different airports. Hyderabad airport, you go to Vijayawada airport, Vizag airport, Tirupati airport, Bengaluru airport, Delhi airport, Mumbai airport, Pune airport. All these airports, they're loaded with so many televisions. Now Samsung is in tie up with this. So now this is all B2B. Am I clear like what is meant by B2B? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Is it clear?
Yes.
B2B, how is it working? Which one do you think is giving more benefit to Samsung, B2C or B2B?
B2B is better.
Yeah, definitely, right? This way, I've just identified, Oyo, Resort and Indian Railways. How many hotels do you think are there in our state, in our entire country? If Samsung starts, tying up with these people, what would be the sales level of Samsung? Amazing, right? So this is how they actually do. This is what happens. Right? So understand what happens in the real world. Software is not going to do something, a magic or a miracle. Whatever is happening in the real world, that needs to be mapped into a software, and that can be managed very efficiently. Whatever we have been doing it manually, now we'll automate those things and do it, with a better technology, with better plugins. We try to get most out of these, whatever is happening, but the core crust remains this way. You'll have to first understand how these industries are operating. Once you know that, then the software understanding becomes very, very easy for us. Fine. So these are some examples like which I've given, right? Good. Now coming, like this is a CRM for you. Now, whether it's a Salesforce CRM, whether it's a Microsoft Dynamics CRM, whether it's a Siebel CRM, whether it's an SAP CRM, it doesn't matter. CRM is a CRM for that matter. Everything is same. It works. It does the same thing, but the way it does probably is different. And this is how Salesforce actually does it. Salesforce being a cloud computing based company, Salesforce gives lots of clouds, and this is how all the services are made available. Fine. So Salesforce for CRM, sorry, it's 20 hours. For CRM purpose has its marketing cloud, sales cloud, and service cloud. In addition to them, it's an additional functionality. It also has something called, analytics cloud. It also has something called community cloud, and platform cloud. We are all familiar. Without the platform, you can't customize, you can't build anything. You'll have to just go with the out of box features which are available. Fine. So to do all that, Salesforce has given us various clouds. So marketing is taken care by your marketing cloud, sales is taken care by your sales cloud, service is taken care by your service cloud. How good is your marketing working? Which marketing approach is good? Which marketing approach you can drop? Which marketing approach you can actually enhance? This is done through your analytics. Which kind of sales is actually good for us? Which type of sales is not working? Which type of sales has to be modified? You get it through your analytics. How are you serving your customers? Are they happy with your service? Are they expecting something more? What is the satisfactory levels? All this is again analyzed through the analytics cloud. So we additionally have something called Einstein Analytics, which is actually now the booming thing in Salesforce, which is driven through artificial intelligence. It's quite, an extraordinary feature in Salesforce what we have. So analytics cloud supports every cloud of Salesforce because it's needed everywhere. The business intelligence is required everywhere, and that business intelligence is actually driven by artificial intelligence. So that's driven everywhere. And then you have something called as community cloud. What is this community cloud? A very frequent thing which will be coming across quite frequently. Right? It's a thing which will be coming across quite frequently. Fine, and this has made Salesforce a bit different from what it is. So did we skip anything in the previous slide? Did you notice something that we have missed out? Did we miss out anything in the previous slide?
It's a Bajaj Finance something.
Last one. Bajaj Finance.
Why did you miss out then? Why didn't you ask me? You thought it will be the same old story, right? Good, but not. Understand. All of us are familiar with something called Bajaj Finance, right?
Yeah.
If not, just I'll give you a small introduction of it. They enable purchasing of electronics and furniture goods across various stores in India. Fine. So you don't have to pay cash down for whatever you want to purchase. So you get this Bajaj Finance card. The Bajaj Finance pays the company, and you in turn pay every month to this Bajaj Finance company. Fine. So what happens in that ecosystem? Bajaj Finance is connected to customers, isn't it? Now, if I buy a television, fine, I don't have to pay cash down. Fine, so I go through Bajaj Finance, and every month I'm willing to pay around 12,000 for the television. Fine, for the period of 1 year, I pay and I get a good quality, 4K HD big ultra screen. Fine, and I'm happy with it. Now, this same Bajaj Finance is now connected with brands like Samsung, Philips, Whirlpool, LG, etc. So Bajaj Finance is connected with me. They look into they look into my PAN card, they look into my financial transactions of the bank. Fine. Based on that, they decide, to what extent I can be given a leverage of a loan. Fine. Is it 50,000, 1 lakh, 1,50,000, 2 lakhs? So what is the width that can be offered to me? So they decide. Then like on which products they can actually give a loan, on which product they can have the financial services. For that, they are again tied up with, Samsung, Philips, Whirlpool, and all these. So they are connected with my bank. They're connected with me. They're connected with the multiple brands. I've just identified only electronics brands, but it works with your furniture stores and all also. Fine. And there's an employee there. This employee finalizes everything. Okay, he can be given this amount. He logs in into the system. He gives your PAN card, your date of birth, and he gets details from the bank, and he sees everything, and he says, okay, you just have to pay 1 month or 2 months down payment. Rest all you can do it in EMIs. Fine. And every month he collects the money from us through the bank, and he doesn't have to pay the company. I mean, there's a deal internally how they do it. It's internal part, so we don't discuss it here. So now who are all there in this system now? There are customers, there are banks, there is Bajaj Finance, their application, their employees, their partners. Partners are like the Samsung, Philips, LG, Whirlpool, Sony. You can apply it for phones also, like Apple phone, anything you can purchase it. So all these are partners. So everyone is coming onto a single platform, and the communication is so speed. You understand? They just take my PAN card. Within 3 minutes, they say either the loan is approved or not, and the product is delivered. So in 3 minutes, a deal is closed. Fine. So this is what happens, and they have integrated so many different elements together. Fine. And that is possible because of this something known as community cloud. That is just an example what I've given. So your community cloud is a kind of a social platform where the business people, their employees, the partners, the customers, everyone comes on to a single place, and they do a transaction and they deal with the business. So that's something called as community cloud. So this is an essential part for CRM. Right? A CRM definitely needs a community cloud. And finally, to do all the customizations, we require a platform cloud. That's our Lightning platform, or you call it as your post.com. But better to always, call it as Lightning platform hereafter. So this is the ecosystem that which Salesforce gives, and no other CRM has such strong ecosystem. Ecosystem is like the entire environment what you have, all the components which work together and try to produce a solution to you. So this is what makes Salesforce so very successful. The marketing cloud, the sales cloud, the service cloud, the analytics cloud, the community cloud, and the platform cloud, all put together, goes on as a CRM. And this is what people opt for. A specific company might opt only for marketing cloud. Someone may opt only for a sales cloud or a service cloud or a combination of two, or they might go with entire three. And then as an add-on, they take the analytics, the community, and all. So this is the ecosystem of Salesforce. This is where, now we enter into Salesforce world. Earlier, it was the just common world which we were seeing outside in our day-to-day life, right? Now we are bringing everything into Salesforce. We want to do it in the Salesforce way. We want to see how Salesforce has given all the functionalities. Salesforce is not just, we those say it's a cloth, you have to tailor it, but it's not as simple as plain as a cloth. It has so many built-in functionalities, so many features. On that we actually improvise. That is what makes it so special. It's quite brilliant the way it is done. There is no equivalent for this platform or the clouds what we actually have on Salesforce. So now we are actually entering into the Salesforce system to understand their way of delivering the CRM services. So for that, now we have seen the basic 6 clouds, but we would be working with the first 3 clouds. The last cloud, the platform cloud, you're already familiar, right? You have built your apps, tabs, sObjects, fields, your validations, page layouts. You've already started doing. People have started writing Apex and Visual Force programs, so you're already into the platform. But now we want to see Salesforce from a SaaS point of view, not from a PaaS point of view. PaaS will anyways connect it later on, but first let us see what is existing on this. Once we know what is there, then we can see what all can be added and how better can that be done. Fine. So the Salesforce platform is in turn connected with your Einstein Analytics. It's connected with your Commerce Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Service Cloud, Sales Cloud, your Community Cloud. Commerce Cloud is for your finance applications. I'm just trying to add more and more clouds. Salesforce has got a bunch of clouds now. They have a cloud for separate healthcare. So they have a finance cloud, healthcare cloud. So various clouds are emerging in Salesforce. You don't have to worry, because whatever needs to be done, you do it on the platform. So we know the platform, how to use the platform. Now, whether it is for a healthcare, whether it's for a finance, whether it's for marketing or sales, whatever it is, we'll be able to do it. Not a big deal. Fine. So we are not worried that about the functional aspect. We are much worried about the implementation aspect. Fine. So now we will get into each cloud at a nominal level. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper. There are certification exams also for this. So you have an exclusive certification exam for your Salesforce Marketing Cloud. You have an exclusive exam for your Salesforce Sales Cloud, and you have an exclusive certification exam for your Salesforce Service Cloud. Apart from your admin and your app developer, app builder, these exams, you have a separate certification exams for this. So let's first have an overview of what it is, but we're not going to be going to that depth where you'll be able to take up a certification. Here our aim is to start off with Salesforce, and we have to be a app developer. We should come to a stage where we can build any application of Salesforce. To get into the niche, once you know what exactly you do in a project development, then you go take a deep dive of Marketing Cloud, Sales Cloud, and Service Cloud. Until then, that is not needed. Your basic understanding of the 3 clouds is more than sufficient, because we are not going to be on the other side. We are going to be on the development side. Fine. So Marketing Cloud, what kind of marketing we see these days. Fine. You see, you keep receiving emails from so many people, right? You buy our product, you take our services, this and that, and so many things, emails. On your mobiles, you get so many SMSs, so much WhatsApp messages you keep getting. Social studios, right? You see on your Facebook, you see on your Insta, so many messages. People keep speaking about their services, which make your life better. That's how they do it, but we don't know whether life is going to become better or not. But that's how they say they project and sell their products. You have the advertising studios where you have the public gatherings, the trade shows, the exhibitions, everything taking place. Fine. Then you have your web studios online. When you're browsing some specific website, you get some pop-ups, you get some windows, you get some scrollings there. Again, that is encouraging something. Then you have your analytics builder, which helps you to understand which marketing is good, which is not. Then you have your personalization builder. So you try to build rapport with people when you actually do all these kinds of advertising. Fine. So Marketing Cloud is basically responsible to create all these things. Fine, it is responsible for your marketing, and these are the potential branches of marketing what we see today. All of us, this is how we come in contact, isn't it? This is what we see these days. Your personalization builder, your audience builder, you see these televisions, radios, and all these are for your audience builder. So email studios and all, you don't have to remember these names, but as of now you understand marketing cloud job is to track, build your marketing. It will track and see, how good is your marketing working, who is responsible for which marketing, all these comes here. Then you have your, sales cloud, though the font is a bit small, but lots of content is there. All these, in a today being the very first more, we are speaking in terms of CRM. Yesterday was a generic talk what we had. Today we are speaking more in terms of the CRM. On day one, it looks quite a bit new. In a couple of sessions, it looks very easy. I mean, oh, this is what it means. This is what happens. This is what is there. So it looks very simple because we'll be repeatedly iterating over the same aspect. So it looks pretty simple and pretty obvious to rely on these terminologies. Fine. So we have something called account, contract, opportunities, leads, all these working systems we have in the sales cloud. And finally, we have the service cloud, where you have lots of activities, your CTI integration. You get a call and you get the customer information on your system. Like you might be familiar with your, Act Fiber. Earlier it was Beam Cable, now it's all Act Fiber. You make a call and you say like I'm so and so, your information is displayed on the system. And much more a simple example of that is your Just Dial. The moment you make a call to them, they lift your call and then say welcome Harish, and they say like last time you have inquired so and so, what is your rating on it? So they have all my previous information. They get a call and my data is displayed. So that is that CTI integration what you have in your service cloud. So a lot of things we'll discuss them, we'll come to them, we'll go in depth of service cloud, but as of now not needed. How do you achieve it? But each one has got a bunch of functionalities. That is what I meant to show you at this stage. Each cloud, it doesn't do, but it tracks everything. It has got the potential to implement the processes and track the processes. So these three clouds do it. Now coming deep, fine. Now we look into the way what we understand, how we understand things, the Salesforce structure of the CRM, fine. So we have, is my slide visible to everyone? This is an important slide.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. So you see Salesforce on top, right? So Salesforce is a company that runs multiple clouds. Fine. So with respect to our CRM, now we are restricting ourselves only to marketing, sales, and service cloud. So marketing cloud, sales cloud, service cloud have got so much functionalities within them, which will enable the multiple activities needed in respective domains. Fine. But when it comes to our implementation part, marketing cloud is available as applications. We all know what are applications in Salesforce. Anyone who doesn't know what is an app in Salesforce? You've already seen apps? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you know apps, right? So
Yeah.
marketing cloud has apps. Sales cloud has some apps. Service cloud has some apps. What does app consist of? This is again your regular stuff.
Tabs. Tabs.
Tabs, right? App is connected to your tabs,
Yes, so
and each tab is connected to how many sObjects?
one is subject, one tab, one is subject.
Yeah,
One
each
is
tab will be
subject.
connected to one sObject, but if you see certain tabs belong to multiple apps. If you see there are like multiple arrows to a single tab from an app.
The many to many.
Yeah, it's quite natural, right? One tab can belong to multiple apps. It is possible. That is why we have tabs, right? So
Yeah.
one app has got multiple tabs, and one tab can belong to multiple apps. So it's a good sham. It's a many to many relationship what you have there. Good. Now, what does sObject consist of? What does sObject consist of?
Fields.
Field.
Consists
All the
of,
field.
right? And this fields you have relationship between the fields, isn't it? So now this fits into your understanding model, right? This is what we understand. We understand apps, we understand tabs, we understand sObjects, and we understand fields. So the
Yes.
entire part, what we were speaking here, fine, right from here, right from this slide, everything lands up into your software, something as apps, tabs, sObjects, and fields, nothing else apart from that. So now it's quite clear, right? So now you look into an sObject, it's not just an sObject. So it has got something to do with your application, and that application has got something to do with your cloud, and each cloud has got some functionalities to deliver. So that's the reason why we have the sObjects in our environment. Fine. So is the last slide clear?
Yes, sir.
Anyone who is very curious to draw this? You don't have to, right? You have the understanding. Please don't do it. Okay. So now let's try to get into our Salesforce and try to understand what is this all about. So I have an account, I'm just logging into it. There's nothing specific about it. Okay, it needs an email verification. So, yeah, so you understand this part, right? Everyone knows this? Anyone who's quite new to this? Who hasn't seen this earlier? I don't think so, right? You all are familiar with it. Yeah. Anyone new, just let me know. Manjunath, you're familiar with this, right? Kishore, you're all familiar with this?
Yes, sir.
Homepage.
Good, home page, great. I appreciate it. Are you in Lightning or Classic?
Classic.
This is
Like
classic.
Are you in Lightning or Classic?
Classic.
This is all
Classic, sir.
Classic. Yeah, this is all Classic. What do you see here, top right corner? What is this?
Admin.
App
What happens if I click here?
drop down list.
Number of
Drop down list.
apps will come.
So what is available here? Can you see the first three applications here?
Yes.
What are those? Sales,
Service
service,
marketing.
marketing, right? So what is it connected with?
CRM.
Good, it's a CRM, so it's already there, right? You don't have to build any of these. So
Yes.
this is already, your sales app is already existing in Salesforce. Your service app is existing. Your marketing app is existing. Along with that, you see something else also here. What is this now? I hope Manjunath, it's
Yes.
community. Community is also available with you. So there are lots of things which are already available for us. We don't have to build anything from scratch. This is one beauty because we said Salesforce offers this passwords, right? So now first I'll click on marketing. It's an app, right? What will app consist of?
Tabs.
Some
Tabs.
tabs.
So can you see some tabs here? This tab will never leave us. It's always with us. What is that tab?
Home.
Home.
Why always it displays here?
Sorry, sir.
Because it is. Why is it always displaying this home first? Why
Default
always
tab.
home gets highlighted? Why
It's
home
default
only?
one.
Default tab.
Yeah, because it is lockdown period, right? You have to stay at home. That is the reason why it always highlights only home, isn't it?
Sir, this is mandatory.
Yeah. So it has got nothing to do with your coronavirus or COVID-19. That's the structure how Salesforce operates. The home tab is always the first tab and the default landing tab whenever you select any application. Then followed by that, you have your chatter. Don't worry much about chatter. Now something more relevant to us comes up here. What is this?
Campaign.
Campaign.
Yeah. It's a tab, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. if campaigns is the tab, what would be a subject?
Campaign.
Campaign.
Isn't it? Tab name is always plural label or plural name of your subject. So if
Subject, yeah.
campaign is campaign. Now what do you see next?
Lead.
Lead.
Then you have
Contact.
contacts. Then you have something called
Opportunity.
opportunities. Forget about these reports, dashboards. Zoo, I kept this zoo. No problem. You can ignore it. You don't see it in your account, but you see here. Right? So this was something about marketing. If I go back to my slide, and this is what it does, right? Marketing cloud. I have some app, marketing app. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
That app has some tabs, and the tab is connected to some sObject. We haven't yet
Yes.
seen the field, but definitely, if you have an sObject, you'll definitely have a field, isn't it? Every
Yes.
sObject comes with at least 4 standard fields, isn't it? So you
Yes.
can't deny those parts. That's the reason why I kept only four fields everywhere, because 4 fields are anywhere there. Beyond that, you can have multiple fields also. So I'm changing my app now. I was in marketing app. Now I'm moving to which app?
Sales.
Sales.
Sales app. Good. Now, which is the first tab here again?
Campaign.
The campaign, right?
First is home always, whichever.
Okay, home chatter you ignore, right? We'll start
So,
with our main part. So you have campaigns.
yes.
Earlier also, did we have campaign?
We had. Yes. We had.
We had, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So when you're working with marketing also, you have those, isn't it? And when you're working with sales also, you have your campaigns. Then next you have leads.
This was there also.
This is marketing app as of now. Fine. After leads, what do you have here?
Contacts.
Let me get into sales. In sales, what do you have after leads?
Counts.
Again, you have the same. What is it? Contacts. Followed by that, you have opportunities. Then you see something extra here. What is it?
Forecast.
Forecast.
Then you see something called
Contracts.
contracts, right? Here it is contacts. Here it is contracts. Then you see orders. Then you see some cases. Then you have this down arrow here. What does this, drop down indicate?
More tabs.
Some more tabs.
Good. So the list is big, but the space is less. So you just click that. So what extra do you see there?
Solutions.
Then you see something called products, and this is again routine. Your reports, dashboards, and you can ignore them. Fine. So you have these. So now what I would like to do is, in another tab, I'm planning to open my service app. This is service application now, right? So what kind of app? Which app is this?
Service.
Service. And it starts with which tab now?
Accounts.
Accounts.
Now it's starting with accounts. And after the accounts, what do you have?
Contacts.
Contact. Then you have sales,
Cases.
solutions.
Reports.
So yeah, can you make out something? Marketing we have seen. I'll just show you again. This was like a marketing. This was our sales with some of the additional tabs here. And the last one is service. This is what you have. Anything you can map, you can correlate.
The common
Contacts tab.
tabs.
Contacts.
Contact and
All apps.
So I feel something like this here. Fine. What are the tabs in marketing?
Campaigns.
Lead,
Leads.
contacts,
Contacts.
how many? 4, right?
Four.
Okay. So let me go to sales. What do you have in sales? campaign lead, account contacts, opportunity, forecast, contracts. Okay, additional. And extra what they have here? Cases, and they also have solution. Right? Let me go to service. What do I have in service? Accounts,
Contacts,
contacts, cases,
cases,
solutions. Now, does anything map up for you?
There are some common
Last
objects
of
along.
marketing is
Good. One good point is there are some
The
common objects.
relation between
Something else, if you can add. There are some common tabs, I don't deny it. Can you go another step ahead?
Oh, the global something. Sorry, not it word.
It's quite simple, it's very simple actually. Whatever marketing is having, whichever tabs marketing is having, and
subject.
whichever tabs sales, good service is having, everything is a subset of your sales, isn't it?
Sales. Yeah.
So sales cloud is a superset within which you can have your marketing cloud and your service cloud. So people can exclusively go for service cloud, people can exclusively go for marketing cloud, or they can directly go with sales cloud. It has marketing, sales, and service, everything inside it. Right? So this is how they do it. Just for our convenience, I'll just type some useful search for you. Salesforce price and editions. Now, can you see the pricing model here towards my left? You have here some. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have sales cloud, you have service cloud, you have marketing cloud, and you have a combination of sales plus service, right? Click on sales cloud. Now you see the pricing for it. And these are the editions what you have. Essentials edition, professional edition, enterprise edition, and unlimited edition. And these are the pricing what you have. And you go down, you see all the features, the functionalities which are basically available in each of these. So that plus, you see so many things. Download full edition comparison chart. So each edition comes up with which services, which features, and all is very clearly given there. Fine. So this was for Sales Cloud. Next one is for yeah. Then it's Service Cloud pricing, right? What you currently see. So make customers happier using all the features in the #1 platform for service. That's the #1 platform for service. Again, you have 4 editions. You have the most popular, which is Enterprise Edition. Enterprise is always, popular in terms of your pricing and in terms of the functionalities which are available. Yeah. Then you have a huge list of comparison of features, how it works. Then you have your sales plus service, how it goes. So what additionally you get when you choose service along with sales. So then your pricing is completely different. Now it is $175, right? You only go with Service Cloud. Fine. Just go with Service Cloud. Yeah, it's $150. You go with only Sales Cloud. I don't know why is it a bit slow. It is again 150. So 150 plus $150. Now you get it only at $175. Fine, because whatever is there in service is already there in sales, right? So just some few more additional functionalities you get. Now let's look into Marketing Cloud. So now you see here something very essential, B2b Marketing Automation. So you have different editions for that. So you have Growth Edition, Plus Edition, Advanced Edition, and see the pricing what they have. 1,250 Fine. USD per month up to 10,000 contacts billed annually. Fine. Then it is 2,500, $4,000 per user per month they charge. That's how they do it. And you have lots of things. I'm not reading these features out at this stage because we are not yet familiar with these functionalities, right? 2-3 days down the line, you'll know all these names. It's quite simple and easy to understand. But you at least have an idea now, right? What exactly it is. So 3 different clouds, each has its own pricing, each comes in different editions, and you start working with them, right? So yesterday we discussed about some industries. Do you remember that? Fine. Yeah. Now I go to solutions in Salesforce. You see overview, financial services, healthcare, communication, retail, consumer goods, media, government, manufacturing, transportation and hospitality, automotive, higher education, non-profit. So this is all there in Salesforce. This is how the structure is created. Fine. Now, when you see the products of Salesforce, what products do you have? What products do you have? Sales, service, marketing, commerce, engagement, platform, integration, analytics, communities. Enablement is your trailhead actually. They're enabling people to learn. Fine. And industry specific, they have financial services, healthcare, and life sciences. These are industry specifics. But general products, these are the generic products that they have. So we almost discussed each of these products. Fine. So this is how it works. This is how, Salesforce gives everything. It is from the home page of Salesforce what I'm actually showing you. So this is all there. This is how they want you to understand and step into Salesforce. This is not my created way of doing it. This is the Salesforce way of doing it. Fine. So this is how they want to do it. And this is what we are trying to understand, the pricing for small businesses. What is CRM? What is Salesforce? What is artificial intelligence? And what is App Exchange? Couple of days down the line, we'll be seeing what is App Exchange. You might have a small idea, a meager idea of what is App Exchange, but we'll see it in more detail. Why does it exist and all? Fine. So this is how Salesforce wants you to take your steps towards Salesforce, and this is how we have laid down our approach. Fine. So it's a standard approach which is followed by Salesforce. This is how they want you to understand. This way of understanding will make, your chances of understanding, getting familiar with the built-in features becomes, very easy. That's one thing. Second is when you take steps in this direction, tomorrow you're not going to fulfill your fantasies on this platform, isn't it? You're actually going to build something for some clients and end users. So how do you understand those end users? You have to build their requirements in your system. You're not going to build something of your choice and you would ask them to work according to your choices. It's the other way around. They would tell you what they want and you'll have to build it accordingly. So this understanding makes it very easy for you to understand from their point of view, not to project your point of view, which is very, very essential. That is why we have taken this approach, and each and everything which was specified on this home page, we have tried to touch it to the minimal possible essential extent. We didn't drag anything, but it was essential for us to touch each and every aspect. So that is what we have actually done. Fine. So are we clear with this basic things now?
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's come back to our Salesforce environment. Fine. So we'll not start with sales basically. Let us start with our structure is fixed. We have applications. In applications, we have tabs. So tab is connected to sObject and sObject will have various fields. So as of now, we are entering into the marketing application. Are you ready for it? We are trying to explore the marketing application now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Shall we go ahead? Do you want me to pause or repeat something which you are not clear? You're clear with things, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good, good. Thank you. Everyone, I hear only 2-3 voices. There are about 30 people in this session. Only 2-3 voices are audible all the time. Why?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Good.
yes, sir.
Good. Even with your mask on, you can say yes. You know, virtual meetings, Corona doesn't infect when you speak. No problem. Or to be on the precautious side, you can wear your mask and you can speak. Absolutely no problem. Yeah, good. So now we'll try to explore the marketing application. Marketing application is going to consist of some tabs, but tab is again internally connected to a S object. Tab is again connected to a S object. So let's try to explore the S objects. Right? So what is the first S object that we see?
Home, always.
Yeah, so no, home chatter we will ignore for time
Yes,
being.
sir.
We'll be more specific towards our application.
Okay.
So marketing, what do we have?
Campaigns.
Good. So campaigns is the tab name. So object name would be
Campaign.
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 campaign. Now,
Yes.
for our understanding, just for our understanding, like suppose I'm trying to create a hospital management system. Fine. Not a good example, but what to do? We'll take that.
Okay.
That's it. So, hospital management system. And in that, I try to create an S object called patient. Fine. Make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So patient
Yes.
makes sense. So that's the S object what you have there. Just having an S object doesn't help, right? The S
Fields.
object, yeah, good. Should have some meaning to your business, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of having a patient in a hospital management application?
For treatment, analysis
Yeah,
and treatment, so maybe
yeah. So the
to
entire
analyze.
business revolves, yeah, entire thing revolves around that patient, right? No patient
Yeah.
comes, what will the hospital do? Nothing. So that patient has got something to do. He might have come for some diagnosis. He might have come for some checkup. He might have come some, surgery, whatever it is. But he has come.
Yes.
So that patient has some connectivity. Otherwise, we wouldn't have taken patient in hospital. Similarly, what has campaign got to do with our marketing? What is the meaning of a campaign here? Your generic understanding is also valid. What does a campaign mean for you?
To generate a customer, to to
Okay,
to get awareness in the customers.
good,
It's like
good,
advertising, a sort of advertising.
good. So you have
Promoting.
heard, yeah, promoting, advertising. Good. You might have heard about something called, election campaign.
Yes.
Election campaign has started. The election campaign is over. What is this campaign? What do they do?
They make themselves popular.
They
Yeah,
announce
they
their
tell
policies.
everyone like we are here for you, we are here for you. That is campaign all about, right?
Awareness.
Projecting themselves.
Yeah, good.
Advertise.
Yeah, same thing, same campaign here is like modes of building your presence or awareness, whichever way it is, right? If you say I am here, that means you're either making people aware that you're here about your presence, isn't it? So campaign is like modes of building awareness or presence, our existence, that we are existing here. So that is something considered as campaign. Am I clear? What does campaign mean? Campaign is like
Yes.
modes of building awareness or telling your existence or telling your presence. That is called campaign. Fine. Can you give me any examples of campaigns? Can you give me some examples of campaigns?
All this product campaign, what they do,
Sorry?
or all the product campaigns, what they do in
Yeah.
all
Can you give me an
big
example?
places. Okay,
It is like hoarding.
all the mobiles you can see the way they promote
Advertising
mobile.
on TVs.
Paper advertisement.
Okay.
In all in the stadiums and all, in the stadiums and let's see,
So what do you have there in the stadiums?
all over the place they put the billboards and all
Yeah, so it's
all
boards,
around.
right? We already have it. Good, good. So you have your boards. So that's one way. Boards in a public place, or boards in a bus stand, or in a railway station, or in an airport, or in a stadium, wherever it is. A board is a board, isn't it?
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
ads.
YouTube ads. Okay, good. So you're doing something.
SMS.
SMS. Good, good.
Paper ad.
Yeah, pretty simple, right? This is the only thing which we initially knew. Later on, things came up. The other things came up later on, but we started seeing ads only in newspapers and televisions, right? So
Yeah,
newspaper
initially.
is there, television is there, then automatically you also have your, you can't avoid it. Radio is also there, isn't it? So let me make it a bit more simpler for you now. Just trying to get your names who are all there in the session. Dheeraj, you're there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How did you know about Oscar IT Solutions?
To these hoardings and everything.
Where did you see Oscar IT hoardings?
Near that street of Micron.
Okay, you saw. Nice, nice. Aruna, how did you know about Oscar IT? Okay, Sai Charan, how did you know about Oscar IT?
A friend told me, sir.
So your friend told you. What did he tell you? You have a very beautiful counselor
He's
there.
a,
Go and
no, sir.
huh.
He suggested that Oscar IT, sir, because my friend is taking a coaching on Oscar IT. That's why he's to me.
He recommended you. Okay, so your friend recommended. Sriram, how did you land up with Oscar IT?
My friend recommended, sir.
Friend recommended. Sriram, friend recommended. Manjunath,
My brother suggests me, sir.
brother suggested you. Nice. Nagarjuna, how come your brother suggested? Like, was he an old student or?
Old students.
Okay, nice. Nagarjuna,
Sir.
how did you know about Oscar IT?
Mama recommended it, sir.
Who recommended?
Reddy Jalgam.
No, is he a student, your friend? Who's he like?
Mama, sir.
Okay, nice. Your relative recommended you. Okay, good,
Yes.
good. Sam, who recommended you? How did you land up with Oscar IT? How did you get to know like this institute exists in the world?
No, earlier sometime back I knew it was there, but recently I started. It was a Google search typically for Salesforce, and this how.
And you landed up at Oscar IT.
Yeah.
Nice. Nitish, how did you come?
Sir, I googled and then I went to each institute and I checked their demo and I liked only Oscar IT. Yeah.
And you liked only Prakash sir's class. Nice.
Yes.
And you didn't like my class, so you didn't join my class. Nice. Good.
If you would have given a demo, then maybe I would have liked.
Okay, thank you. Good, good. Mohan, how about you?
Same, sir. I searched in Google and went
Google
to
and
every institution.
you went to every institution. Nice, nice. Okay, good. Shashi, what drove you?
Yes, sir. I also searched Google, but
fortunately, somebody recommended in the Amirpet itself, so that I came to Oscar. I felt that it's only exclusive for Salesforce, so I joined without any doubt.
Oh, nice. Good, good. Shekhar? Fast, fast, Shekhar. You're sleeping, awake, eating, drinking, hiding. Okay. Bhavani, how did you know?
It's both Google and friend recommendation.
Oh, both forces took you to Salesforce. Good, multiple
Yeah.
forces for Salesforce. Nice. Ravya, Neelam, how did you know?
Through Google.
You also came. You Googled in Ranchi and you landed in Hyderabad. Very strange.
No, I came to Hyderabad
And then you
and then
Googled. Okay.
Google. Yes, sir.
Shravya, how did you?
Me and my friend also searching on Salesforce institutes. Then I attend the demo class. Then I joined.
Prakash sir seems to be very impressive, right? So just in one
Yes, sir.
demo, you know, he takes good lump of students. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Nice trainer. Manoj, how
Yes,
about you? Manoj, make it fast. Okay. It's sleeping. Madhulika, how about you?
Friends, sir.
Friend recommended.
Sir,
Nice.
my IT is slow, sir.
Manoj, who recommended?
Sir, through web, sir. Online, sir.
Go online. Okay, nice. Kishore, make it fast. Make it fast.
Friend recommendations.
And Rajender?
Through Facebook and Google online.
Through Facebook. Nice. Patish?
Browsing, sir.
Browsing. Okay, Venkatesh?
Searched in Google, sir.
Searched in Google. Good. Now you tell. What is the campaign of Oscar IT? Oscar IT is a business entity? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
What is the campaign using which we have shown our existence? One was your Google, isn't it? That's online, which you have already mentioned. Second, which you didn't mention earlier, but more than 50% came through that channel. What is it?
Recommendation
Word of
or to
Friends.
word of
Word of mouth.
Friends.
Even that's a campaign, right? That's a very powerful campaign. You don't have to pay for it actually. Rest all you'll have to pay. Word of mouth, you don't have to pay. Just teach them, that's all. They'll do the rest. Fine. So clear with this part. What campaign is now? So
Yes.
business has so many modalities of doing this campaign. Is it clear? Now, next, let us go back to Salesforce. Which is the next tab you have here? What's the next tab?
leads.
So what is a lead? What does it mean?
Leads, I think, means like possible customers, like who are likely to be people who probably who you might have inquired about, or who might have come to you and inquired about you, and who are likely to be a customer, you can say, like a future customer.
more interested in
More
your product.
interested, most probable, most promising, most potential, most likely, isn't it?
Yeah.
So a lead can be, someone who has shown
To turn into customer.
Interest, yeah.
Interest on our product or products, whatever it is. Someone who has shown interest on our products, we consider them as leads, isn't it? Meaning clear? What a campaign means, what a lead means.
Yes.
Yes. So what is
Yes, sir.
the aim of campaigning? What is the objective of campaigning? What is the end result of campaigning?
To
Yeah, to get
attract
the
more leads.
generate leads.
To attract more leads.
Generate a
To
lead.
generate leads.
Whatever it is, it's fine. The vocabulary is fine. To attract or to generate, fine. That is the aim of a campaign. When can I say a campaign is very effective?
More leads.
Only when there are inquiries or the leads.
Yeah, isn't it? More inquiries,
Yep.
more leads. So before joining the course, when you actually came down to Oscar IT and when you met Manas, you were all what? Students of Oscar IT?
No.
None.
Lead.
Then who were you all?
Leads.
Leads.
You were all leads. That's all. You were all leads, isn't it? Promising leads. Were you the only people who had come down? Others might also have come down, isn't it? And they turned
Yeah.
out, they turned back again. They left, and that is fine, isn't it? So the efficiency of a campaign is always measured in terms of its lead generation. The amount of leads it can generate, that's how efficient you can rate a campaign as. Though still, a further understanding will help us, but this is for time being what we consider a campaign and lead. Okay. Uh, can we look into the next subject,
So
which is the next subject?
contacts.
Contacts. Okay, I see contacts here, but if I go to sales, if I go to the sales application, still I have campaigns, leads, but before contacts, there is something else here. What do we see here?
Accounts.
Something called
Accounts.
so let's try to deal with that, because when we go in a sequence, that's there. So we have accounts. Anyways, contact is there. We'll discuss about contact. Now we have accounts, or we'll make it singular, isn't it? Because it is an S object.
Yeah.
If it is staff, we take plural. If it is like singular, then it's only an S object.
This object.
So what is this account? What does an account mean?
I think an existing customer, maybe.
Okay, nice. What else?
So
Details about a
lead
customer.
Complete details.
customer are restricted, then it becomes an account.
Okay, okay. Now let us go back to our example what we had earlier, right? We had something called B2B. Do you remember
From
that?
business point.
Yeah. Do you remember this B2B?
Yeah,
Yes.
business to business.
Yes.
You know this, you still remember. What is this?
Business to business.
Yeah. So we had something called Coca-Cola, right?
Yes.
Now Coca-Cola has done some campaigns. It has run some campaigns. Campaigns, doesn't only mean your boards and all these things. Fine. I carry an offer with me. Fine. And I send it with an executive. Is it not a campaign?
Yes, yes.
It is.
There's a executive who comes to you and he says, this is a new hero bike coming into the market. If you buy with the coupon, you get 30% off. So is it not a campaign on behalf of that company?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all valid. Fine. So Coca-Cola sends an executive and meets the manager at Paradise. Meets the manager at Paradise. And he gives him a wonderful deal. He says, earlier you were purchasing these, 300 ml Coca-Cola bottles and you're serving them to each of your customers and you're charging $40 for each. Wherein your price is about 25 rupees and you're storing it in a refrigerator your power is consumed and you're selling it at 40 bucks, you're hardly saving 15 rupees. Here is a deal from us. We give you 2 liters for 50 rupees. You serve 250 ml. So you will be serving 8 customers with this single bottle, and each customer now you charge again 40 rupees. Is it a profitable deal or not?
Yes.
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 So now the Coca-Cola executive is now talking to the manager of Paradise and is giving him a nice offer from their point of view. Don't consider your customer. We are always at a loss. Don't worry. From their point of view, from their standpoint of view, and he says, you have to store so many bottles. We give you one big bottle and you store it. It becomes very easy. The storage is easy now. Fine. Is this clear? Now, same way, a Coca-Cola executive now goes and meets the managing director at McDonald's. And he says, like, no more supplying, doing everyday job of bringing, supplying all these lorry waste. We will put a machine here. We'll tell you the formula, what it is. Fine. And we'll give you the number of cups which you have to sell, or the glasses, whatever you call them as. Fine. And we give you 3 different quantities. You sell it. Same thing they do it with, PVRs.
Yes.
What is the cost of 300 ml cool drink there?
150.
200.
Yeah. 150, 180, 200, whatever it is. Like 300 ml cool drink, what is the cost outside?
At the most 40, not more than.
I drank long ago. It was 22 rupees. I don't remember because I generally don't pay when I go out and eat. So good, whatever it is, whatever might be the price. Now, you got the deal, what Coca-Cola is trying to do? Fine. Deal is clear, right?
It's 21 hours.
This is 1B and this is another B. Paradise, McDonald's, PVR, each one has their own business, isn't it? Malls have their own businesses, isn't it? Now, can you tell me what an account is?
Existing business, with you have a relation already.
Point clear? It's a business entity or it's an entity. Very simple, it's an entity. It's an entity because B2C is also possible, isn't it? It's an entity with whom we are trying to establish the business. Paradise might have said yes or no. It's a different deal altogether. MACD might have said yes or no. PVR might have said yes or no. That's a different story altogether. But Coca-Cola has approached Paradise. Coca-Cola has approached MACD. Coca-Cola has approached PVR. So from Coca-Cola's standpoint of view, these 3 are accounts. Paradise is an account. McDonald's is an account. PVR is an account. Am I clear with this?
So they need
Yes.
not be already customers. Like they did not have business with you. Like they're only trying to establish business.
Isn't it? Nothing else is done yet. First you communicate, then only they become your customers, isn't it? By birth, they don't become our customers. It doesn't happen.
Or we can say they are trying to make a deal, correct? Maybe to be more accurate.
So that's what we wrote here.
Yes.
It's an entity with whom we are trying to establish the business. Coca-Cola might have tried out with 100 companies. 60% might have succeeded, 40% might have rejected them. They might have gone with Pepsi, or they might have gone with some other fruit juice company, or they might have stopped everything, only chai pani. That's all.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, anything is possible, isn't it? Their choice, that business choice. Clear? Now try to understand what we are doing. Coca-Cola is a company which is running a CRM, which owns a CRM now. Which CRM? This is just an example what I'm saying. Coca-Cola might be using or not, I don't know. But this is what they would have done. So Coca-Cola is a company which is using a Salesforce CRM with them. So if they go with a Salesforce CRM, what applications will they have?
Marketing, sales, and service.
Marketing, sales, and service.
You all know this, right? Now, if I go with the marketing app, the sales app, what are the sObjects that I have?
Campaign, lead,
Leads,
leads, account,
lead,
accounts.
account, right? So first, what do they do? Campaigning, right?
Advertise. Okay.
Then they generate what?
leads.
Lead. Out of these leads, now they identify, okay, which company should we approach? Then each company now becomes an account. It could be a company, it could be an organization, it could be a partner, or it could be an individual. It could be anyone. An account could be anyone. A company, an org, a partner, an individual, anyone whom you have extracted from that lead. You understood it from your lead. Got the point? So running television ads, radio ads, boards, all this information is stored in which sObject?
Campaign.
Campaign. Fine. Next step. So many companies, have shown interest, or we have spoken to them. So they're all what now? They're all leads. Out of the leads, now we start categorizing B2B and B2C. B2B, B2C, with whom we are going to establish our business, those people, those companies, we are going to put them in our account. Those people will come into our account. Am I clear with what account is?
Yes.
And where is all this information stored? This Paradise, McDonald's, PVR, all this information is stored where? In which sObject?
Account.
Good. It is all stored in account. Is it clear for everyone? This is how a CRM operates. This is how someone using a CRM will fill their data. Campaign, whatever is their mode of advertising, they put it in campaign. Whoever has responded to that, that's a lead. In those leads, like this is a company, this is an individual, they segregate everyone and they put it in groups, and this is now something called as account. A campaign has generated leads. These leads have been organized into accounts. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So campaign generates what? Leads. Leads are organized into what?
Accounts.
Leads are organized into accounts. This is the flow of your CRM. That is why you see the sequence there. What is the sequence you see? Campaign. After campaign, what do you have? Leads.
Leads.
After leads, what do you have?
Accounts.
After accounts, next comes what?
Contacts. Contacts.
Contacts. So what is this contacts?
Yeah, sir, Dheeraj here.
Yeah, Dheeraj, please.
So in account part, there is no chance of generating revenue, right? We don't make any business deal exactly.
Account is like you have identified. That's all.
Okay, so in generally there is some revenue field, right, in account actually, but
We will see that later.
okay. So as of now, accounts.
Now, see, it's a pretty initial stage, isn't it? Coca-Cola
Yeah.
has launched their product. Now they are
Uh,
reaching different people. That's it.
okay. Okay. Accounts are just make they're like more potential.
Yeah, they have responded to us. I want to talk to them, establish relationship with them. They are, but they came up from my leads, isn't it? Lead itself is a bit promising. Who has shown
Yeah.
interest.
So there is a slight difference between lead and account, right? But how to whenever someone asks like what exact difference between lead and account? See, both are promising, right? Then what is the difference? Main difference?
The existence purpose will change. You will see in after a few more steps how you can easily differentiate between an account and a lead.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sir. Sorry.
If you give me 10 to 15 minutes, it will be clear. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, sir. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Most welcome. Yeah. So, what is this contacts now? Who is this contact? Now, a Coca-Cola person, representative, has gone to McDonald's, isn't it? Initially has gone to McDonald's. He's gone to Paradise. Whom is he going to talk to in Paradise?
Manager.
Authorized person or manager.
Yeah. So we assumed manager is the authorized person. Might be, might not be, isn't it? Or managers itself are of so many categories. Which category we don't know. So each business has their own naming conventions, isn't it? Some say he's a business development manager. Some say he's a floor manager. Some say he's a center manager. So each one has their own way of representing their managers. So let's say an authorized person. Where is the authorized person?
In Paradise.
Okay. Feeling hungry? It is actually account, right? Paradise is the account, isn't it?
9 p.m.
Yeah. So yeah, 9 p.m. good time. So
Dinner
contact.
time.
Yeah. So there's authorized person at the account. It could be one or it could be multiple also. You can't say like only one person will make the decision of yes or no. There might be a group also, isn't it? You might have to convince the kitchen head also. You might have to convince the quality manager. You might have to convince the floor manager also, or the business manager. So many people are there with whom you have to convince, get the business done. So authorized persons at the account, you consider them as contact. Is my point clear?
Yes.
If you want to share a proposal, you need someone there to talk, isn't it? A group or at least a single person with whom you're going to communicate. That person is our account. This is definitely a contact. It's a person, no doubt. Account could be a person or a company, but contact for sure is definitely a person. Fine. And then we have, so if we extend, what does it become? So Coca-Cola runs campaigns to generate leads. These leads are organized into account. In account, we have to meet the contact. Yes or no? Does it make
like
sense?
the decision makers, something like, okay.
Yeah, the decision makers. Does it make sense for you now? The relationship between them, the flow is clear now. So don't think from a developer point of view. You're running a business, think from that point of view. You own Coca-Cola, think from that standpoint. How are you going to get your business? How will you expand your business? This is how you'll have to think. You're running your campaigns, you're generating some leads. In these leads, you're organizing some accounts, and in that account, you're going to meet some contact with whom you're going to get the business deal. Is everyone in line with me? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, sir, we are.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then after contact, we have something called
Opportunities.
opportunity. We have something called opportunity. What is this opportunity?
Kind of a deal.
Yeah, opportunity to generate some revenue with that account.
Yeah. So like there are 3 accounts with us as of now. One is Paradise, one is McDonald's, and the other is PVR. Who do you think can give us big business out of these 3?
MACD, probably. The one which has burger chain. The one which has burger chain.
Because it's worldwide, isn't it? It's worldwide.
Yeah.
Second,
Paradise, maybe.
Think over again. Paradise, runs only 12 to 4 in the afternoon. Again, 8 to 11:30, 12 in the evening. And how many paradises we have across India? Across India, forget. Across Telangana, how many we have? 6 to 7 or 8?
Not too many. Not too many.
Not too many. Think of PVR. Each PVR has how many screens?
5 to 6.
All these screens run from which time to which time? In how many cities do we have PVRs? Definitely business of PVR is more when you compare it with Paradise, isn't it? And one basic difference, Paradise guy will sell 300 ml of Coke at 40 rupees. PVR guy will sell it at 180 rupees. So one sale of PVR is equal to 4 sales of Paradise. So who has a bigger business for us now?
PVR.
Right? This is called opportunity. Your assessment of the volume of business. Who can give you a better business? Who gives you a bigger business? That's opportunity. So whom will you meet first given a chance? You are the vice president of Coca-Cola. You have to direct your executives. Where would you send the first guy?
MACD.
Send them to MACD first. It's global.
Yeah.
Then next.
PVRs.
One is global, second is national, and third is local. Like now your opportunity is pretty much clear. So this is opportunity. Volume of business in terms of, this is very important. Volume of business in terms of revenue. This is opportunity. This is our internal evaluation. We don't tell them, you give us big opportunity. Everyone will tell you're giving us an excellent opportunity. So this is the internal evaluation, what Coca-Cola will do, and then proceed. Then they will plan what exactly needs to be done. Isn't it? Our application is for setting up the process, isn't it? Not to do marketing. It is to set up the marketing process. It is to set up the sales process. It is to set up the service process, isn't it? So this is how our CRM is organized to start with. Right? So when you meet a contact, what do? We evaluate the opportunity. We evaluate the opportunity. Is it clear? So Coca-Cola is using a CRM. Through that, it is tracking their campaigns. It has generated some leads. It has organized those leads into accounts. It is going to meet its contacts based on the evaluated opportunities. This is the Salesforce CRM system that which Coca-Cola is using to run their business efficiently. Where do you think the owner is sitting? In which part of the world? It doesn't even know where paradise is. It doesn't even know what PVR is actually. But still they're able to make the decisions, isn't it? So this is the intro part to the CRM. Am I clear with this 5 core sObjects? These 5 core sObjects, you know, they are the core. That's why I'm calling it as 5 core sObjects. So these 5 sObjects are the core of our Salesforce CRM. We have multiple sObjects we will be discussing, but this is how the system runs. Campaigns, leads, accounts, contacts, and opportunities. This is our business. This is CRM. This is what Coca-Cola would be doing in order to get their business. Am I clear? Anyone has a doubt can please ask. Any doubts, please? I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible with very simple business case studies. Fine then. So I'm done for the day.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm pretty clear with the opportunity. It's kind of a deal, right, with the existing customer, existing contact, I mean, existing account. But as you told that when we try to convert lead into account, you told that there is some kind of deal, right, to make the lead into account. So what is the difference between that deal and this opportunity?
I didn't tell that there is some deal. There is some business. We'll get some business, that's all. And I didn't tell you like there is some deal with opportunity also. Opportunity is very clear, volume of business in terms of revenue. No deal anywhere. It is just an offer what they gave to get this. In a campaign, they had an offer. Like, this is what you're currently doing. This is what you do now. This is the business what you'll get. That's all. He has shown them the profit. That's how they do marketing. And they're getting leads. These leads, they have organized it into accounts. I never used something called converted. I said organized. Leads are organized into account. In that account, you will have a contact with whom you will discuss the opportunity. You can assess the opportunity by discussing with them. Or you might have done a pre-sale study, and then you might have assessed, okay, this is the volume of business what they might offer us. So this is how it works. No deals as of now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no deals. It will be clear. Don't worry about your differences. No. We haven't yet gone at the field level, isn't it? Once you see the fields, it will be clear. Now we are only naming the sObjects. If you name the sObjects, it becomes easy. Then we'll get into the field level. We have not yet entered into the field level.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, once you see the fields, it is pretty much clear. Each one stores completely different information. Then their purpose itself is completely. And you didn't have you didn't have account in marketing, right? Account came only in your sales.
Yes.
Account is not there. So you have only lead there. That's all. Your marketing has only lead. That's it. Your marketing has campaign, your marketing has lead, your marketing has contact, your marketing has opportunity. That's all. So there is no way you can relate between lead and account.
Okay. Okay.
Come to sales, it is there, but to get into that, we should first see the fields, right? We should understand the fields. Once we understand the fields, their existence becomes very, very clear. Then you yourself will distinguish between both. Completely different. So are we clear? Kishore, anything you would like to ask?
No, sir.
Nothing. You're clear from your end?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Fine then. Tomorrow again 7:30 will continue. Fine. Good. You can post in the groups, like any message, any doubts you have, you're most welcome. You can post it in the groups. We are always available on the WhatsApp group. Make use of it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.